Peter, that was your cue to show us your moves, bro. You didn't hear that? We needed to see your moves, but it's okay. Next time. We'll save it for next week, all right? All right, guys, let's go ahead and get started. Thank you for being here. Happy April 30th. Excited. We have a lot of great stuff to cover today. But before we get rolling, I want to introduce some of our guests, some of our first timers to a team meeting. So, Brian, who do we have across from you? Is that Janice Kelleher?
So in here, I'll go around. We have Janice, Cynthia, and Caesar here today. We also have Randy, Peter, Kuhn, and Ivana.
Beautiful. Who in that room has never been to a team meeting? Is it Janice?
What?
Janice, is this your first team meeting?
With y'all, yeah.
All right, cool. Well, yes. I don't care about your other meetings, it's just about this one right here. So say hello, everyone. Welcome to the team.
Thank you.
Anything you want to say to everybody?
Huh?
Anything else you want to? Anything you want to say to everyone?
No. Hi.
Well, hi.
I'm glad to be here.
Well, it's nice to have you here. It's nice to have you here. Cynthia, have you done a quick introduction? Have you said hello to everyone? If you can mute fast headquarters and then
Okay. I guess I'm off mute now.
hold on really quick. Are you talking to your computer or talking to the screen? Sorry, I'm a little confused now.
No, the computer.
Oh, yeah.
Up through there. Oh, I see. Got it. Okay. Hey, everybody. That's funny. I can't really see myself. Okay, I'll look up there. So, hey, I'm glad to be here first. I guess this is team meeting, right? I'm loving it. I'm just in the house, taking it all in.
Wonderful. Well, welcome to the team. Thank you for being here. Somebody said my audio sounds muted.
Fuzzy. Muffled.
Muffled. That's weird. Okay. All right. I'll try to fix that. Do we have any other first timers to the team meeting? Is that Dominic in the middle there? Dominic, go ahead, my man. Grab the mic. Let's hear from you.
Hey, how's it going? My name is Dominic Williams, new real estate agent. Happy to be here. Trying to do things the fast way, man.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. And comes with a huge background in negotiations. He's a car dealer, so this man knows how to communicate, knows how to negotiate. So we're stoked to have you on this team. It was a referral from one of our partners down in Southern California. So stoked to have you on the team, my man. Any other first timers? Anybody else here for their first time that would like to say hello? Going once, going twice. All right, cool. Kareem, I'm going to pass the mic over.
Hi.
Oh.
I was waving my hand, but I was
sorry. Just next time, just throw an emoji up so I can see it. Go ahead, Christine.
Got it. Hi, I'm Christina Macias. I'm new, first time here. So just trying to, brand new agent, know nothing. So I'm just trying to learn from all you guys and get everything rolling. Nice to meet everyone.
And we'll see you in the office today, right? You're doing headshots today.
Yeah, I'm doing my headshot. Yeah,
despite the hair. I love it.
Yeah.
Awesome. So let's go ahead and get rolling. I'm going to turn it right back over to Karina. Karina, quick teaching moment of the week.
All right. So last week, Charlie Lee with the NAR Senior Counsel Director of Legal Affairs came to Bridge for a webinar. So this is like actually the man from NAR. Which was an interesting, guidelines about what's coming from NAR's perspective, which means potentially, things might change by the time this NAR settlement actually goes into effect. Also, things might change with CAR. So our California legislation might be a little bit different or implementation. But as of this point, he gave us some tips and tricks that people have been really concerned about, such as open houses. With an open house, you won't have to get a buyer to sign the BRBC just to view the home. This is, again, as of now, with this guy's opinion, legal counsel. So he says it's okay to show the open house. If you are a buyer's agent and you're bringing your buyer to the open house, like you're attending the showing together, you would already have your BRBC signed with your buyer. If you're a listing agent and a random buyer wants to preview your listing where you're serving the seller's interest, you don't have to have the buyer sign the BRBC unless you're going to represent them. If you host an open house for a listing agent, you're still there serving the seller's behalf as a sub-agent of the seller. If you host and you're getting buyer leads and you don't have a working relationship with those leads, once you do have the relationship, you'll want to see, and they want to see another home with you, that's when you get that BRBC signed. So basically, a lot of people were worried, like, do we suddenly have to get this BRBC for every single person that comes into an open house? Short answer is no, you don't at this point in time. Couple other things, I will share all this in Slack too, but he says it's okay to say the seller is willing to credit the buyer toward closing costs. The listing agent is not obligated to confirm that the buyer has a signed BRBC. So, they're not out there being police for their listings. It's up to that buyer's agent to be professional and do what they're supposed to do. If they don't, agents can file complaints with the MLS against you if you don't. So links for disclosures, people were asking questions like, can we add a line in the disclosures about compensation? If there's a link straight from the MLS to that disclosure package, the answer is no, you can't put the compensation right there. Basically, a lot of people are trying to figure out ways to get around offering compensation through the MLS directly. So you don't want to have a direct link from the MLS to another site having that compensation still on there. You could put it in your disclosure package and send that out the old-fashioned way, like agent to agent, and include it there, but it just can't be a direct link from MLS to compensation or in the MLS about compensation. So at this point in time, NAR is not planning to increase their dues for 24-25. They're not sure about in the future, but as of now, 24-25, they're not expecting an increase to cover all the costs that are coming. Don't add a note in the MLS, something like the NAR ruling is offering no compensation. Buyers encouraged to use SPBB. Do not talk about compensation like that in the MLS. It is okay to credit your buyers the difference in compensation if the seller is offering more than what you've negotiated. So that's good. And if you and the buyer decided together that it was okay for you to be credited more, if the seller was offering more, you can amend your BRBC to revise that. Again, the buyer has to agree. If the seller is willing, you can amend that BRBC. That's something JJ and I had talked about before. It's a good question, and as long as all parties agree, you're good. And it is okay to add compensation on print material. So outside of the MLS, like your flyer or something, you could put it on a flyer, just not in the MLS. I think I've said not in the MLS 10 times. Please remember it. And we'll talk it more through later. Thanks.
Love it. And we can share compensation or offer of compensation internally on internal company websites, correct? Only.
Yes. Again, not on the MLS.
Okay. All right. Perfect. And then by show of hands, how many people think that you would benefit from a in-person role play session about how we work together, meaning explaining agency, explaining employment, explaining compensation? Because here's what I believe. I believe that all of us understand the process really well. We've been a very process-driven industry. But I think now the component that is going to be super important that we all really fine-tune is how we work together and how that equates to compensation. So I think in the coming weeks, we should all come together. So I think for next week, we'll start in Oakland. I'll put it on the calendar right after the meeting. So after the team meeting, we can just come together and start role playing the BRBC to make sure that that is a fluid conversation and that we are all ready. And we'll talk a little bit more about that in a minute. But anything else, you guys? No? All right, cool. Let's continue cruising on. I'm going to pull up my slides here, and then let's get right into the presentation here. All right, cool. Let's do this, you guys. I saw tons of stuff going on. Shout out to the NACA crew. Shout out to people throwing events. I'm seeing so much great stuff going on. So who wants to talk about an event? Who wants to share some information about an upcoming event? Does anybody want to grab the mic and share? No? Okay, cool. Awesome. Let's keep cruising then. All right, let's get right into new escrows for the week. You guys were busy. First up was Will and Derek got in contract for 140. Ronnie Escalante got in contract for 330 on another flex deal. And Ophelia got in a contract for 370,000. Let me see who I have on today. Let's see here. And then Will. All right, cool. We're going to move on to the next category. All right, guys, next up was Brittany and Jeff on a flex deal as well, 442,500. George Martinez got in contract for 510, and Roxanne Adams got in contract for 525. Congratulations to everybody that made it on the board in this category. Let's see who I have on. Let's see here. Let's see here. And let's see if George is here. All right. I think George is away and everyone else is not on the call. So let's just keep on running through this. Chris and Sophia having such an incredible year. Congratulations to you guys once again. 665. I'm going to bring the mic over to you in just a moment. And congrats to Nicole and Michelle getting in contract for 675. Chris, Sophia, let's go over to you guys. Talk to us about this deal. Talk to us about the strategy, what you're experiencing in the Sacramento market. So let's hear from you guys directly.
That one unfortunately just fell out. Through no fault of ours. It was a bad experience with the other side, but trying to get another buyer to come in and replace it. So, you know, just gotta stay level-headed when everybody's emotional. Come out with the game plan, plan B, and execute. That's all we could do.
Yeah, I hear you. And unfortunately, it didn't hit our list before we had made the slides, but you know, at least you have an active buyer that is wanting to, you know, still look for homes. So congrats to you guys nonetheless. On to the next one. And let's continue on to the next category. And hi, Samiri, welcome to the office. Let's go. Jung Hee got in contract for 776. Otis and Rakitha got in contract on another flex deal. Shout out to our online leads team. You guys crushed it this week. And let's see who I have on for this category. I think we need to let everyone know to be here when they're going to get honored for the meeting. So these three are not on the call either. So we will just keep this ball rolling. So Kuhn got in contract for 825, and then David Nguyen got in the contract on his first deal. Love this price point, 900,000. Let's actually go over to Kuhn. Kuhn, I'm going to have you grab the mic really quick. Let's take yourself off of mute. Talk to us about this deal, what the strategy was, and what is actually, after we do that, what's really working for you right now, and what's some definitive things that you know that are actually working for you right now in the marketplace. So let's go to you, Kuhn.
Just work. That's the key to success.
What's the work?
Man, I went door knocking like 3 times out the week these past 2 weeks. 3 weeks actually, and open house every weekend. Follow-up game had to be strong no matter what it is, looking for off-market properties. The one I got into contract is actually an off-market that JJ was going to put on the market. I told him to give me a day, let me go see who I got for it. And actually a close friend of mine was looking at San Leandro for the longest with the other realtors, but it's just a better one right here to get the job done.
You know, here's why I love this. You guys you have to be able to put the pieces together, and you have to be a conduit. That's why coming to these calls. That's why listening to people. That's why checking that off market channel. You may have a buyer in Kuhn's case that is perfect for that home. And so great stuff. And Kuhn, let me ask you another question. Take yourself off of mute again. Kuhn, when you say door knocking, I know obviously you door knock for the open houses, but what other style of door knocking were you doing?
Look. There's so many clients out right now. Like if you don't even have a client and you want to focus on a specific area, just go knock on the door and be like, hey, I have no matter, I don't know, but like most listing is going to move right now with the Dreams for All program coming out. So just educate yourself and go knock on those doors and tell them you have clients looking to move in the area. If you're looking to sell or not, if you're not, just be like, hey, can I leave you this flyer with my contact information on it? If you have any questions regarding real estate, please feel free to reach out to me. That's it. Hey, and also shout out to JJ. I see you in here, brother.
I love it. I love it. Here's the thing, you guys. If you're out showing homes and say it's in a very popular area, you know that there's a high demand, I would schedule an hour afterwards, after you show those clients at home, to go back and knock on that neighborhood, because you actually have a buyer that is interested in purchasing a home. It's not some fake shit that, oh, I have a buyer, let me come by and see your house. So you actually have something of substance. That's a really good door knock. Let's go to JJ. You had your hand up, big dog. Let's hear from you.
I just wanted to help Kuhn answer his question. The dude's relentless, man. I mean, anytime I talk to him about anything, he really, really listens. And anytime I have an opportunity, he's always trying to figure out a way to jump on it. And so everybody had the opportunity. And I'm not saying that people didn't do the best they could, but Kuhn literally, even after we got into escrow the first time, was like, dude, if anything happens, let me know. And then as soon as it did, I was like, okay, let me call Kuhn. And he didn't have somebody in hand. And he told me, he goes, you know what? the first person I took might not work, but give me a little bit of time, and he came through. So, you know, I'm you know, when it comes to regular sales, I'm not super on it, but dude, Kuhn, he might not know how, but I can tell you one of the things he does do is he's dogged, man. The guy is just on it consistently. So
That's right.
even if you're not sure how you do it, as long as you continue doing, things happen.
That's right. He's got that dog spirit. Great thing about Kuhn is that Kuhn's not afraid to be a salesperson. At the end of the day, we're all salespeople. We're not consultants. We're not advisors. Yeah, we advise people through the process, but at the end of the day, we're salespeople. And I believe that to be a very positive thing. And Kuhn really embraces that and does a very good job. And yeah, he figures stuff out as he goes along. And look at his numbers and look what he's been able to achieve in our environment. So shout out to you, Kuhn. Shout out to JJ. Great job to Jung Hee as well as to Vanessa. Got a contract for 1.2. Shout out to you, ladies. I don't see them on the call today, but one big clap for them, and then we'll go to the next category. So you guys, we had a decent week. We had 13 new escrows, a little over $8 million in production. So once again, you guys, make sure that you take a shot of this, put this on Instagram, because what we've seen over the course of the last couple of weeks, we have the highest amount of pending transactions that we've had in months. And what's great about this is that those pending transactions have came in the time where the industry has been so scared. And there's people out there not willing to move forward, meaning agents, because they're so scared of the unknown. But you guys keep on moving forward despite. And so congratulations to everyone that has contributed to the success. And huge shout out to David. David's not on the call today, but we wanted to make him the fast story. He got his first pending transaction, super quiet dude. He's a father, but he's committed to taking his business to new heights. And we're excited to have him on the team. You know, he courted us for quite some time and decided to join forces with us. So David, we're stoked to have you here, and congratulations on your first of many fast transactions. All right, guys, moving on up. We want to honor Jessica Alfaro. Jessica Alfaro is a straight hustler. If you ever have an opportunity to listen to this person on the phones, how she converts, how she communicates with consumers. She just graduated out of the advisee-advisor agreement. So congratulations to you, Jessica, for reaching that next level in our environment. So big round of applause for Jessica. And game recognizes game. So we want to go out to you guys. Joellen, Marissa, Dewey, and Dominique all brought in team members in the last few months. And so we want to thank you guys for helping us spread the word, and congratulations on growing your own personal organization. So shout out to these people, and let's continue cruising on. Looking ahead for events. So here's what's going on, you guys. I'll tell you this. It is going to be a very, very busy summer. But before we get to that, we want to say happy birthday to all these beautiful people. Kuhn, Shanice, Nicole, Deja, Anna, Darnell, Natalie, Ina, Brett, Alex, Anamai, Christina, Caesar, Beverly, Liz, Marissa, and Nick. One big giant happy birthday. We're not going to sing. We're just going to say happy birthday to you guys. So grab a shot of that and put that on Instagram. So
we're missing one.
Say again.
We're missing one. Cortez's birthday is the day before mine.
Okay. All right. We'll make sure to make an adjustment.
Hold on. Good point. Thank you, Nicole. So if anybody on this call has not completed a postable, which you guys all have gotten, whether you onboarded with me or Drea, hit up me or Drea, because we don't want to skip people, but I can only report on the information that is submitted. So if you got a birthday coming up in June, July, August, plus Kenny always sends a little something in the mail, hit myself or Drea up so that you don't miss things like this, because we have stuff in our back pocket that's going to be rolling out. So thank you, Nicole. I'll update it and add Cortez, so when we share the slides, he's on there.
Yeah, but good catch, Nicole. Appreciate you looking out for Cortez. Let's continue cruising on. So this week, you guys, we are having our third week of our Fast Tracks Module 1, working with buyers. We're going to go over disclosures and offers this week. So we want you to tune in, participate in this week's session. Even if you're an experienced agent, this is not just for the newer agent population. This is for everybody that wants to take their buyer game to the next level. So tap in. If you haven't been able to be on these calls live, you can go to Fast Class and watch the recordings. They are there also with any of the slides that we are providing for takeaways, PDFs, and so on and so forth. Those will be there as well. I want you guys to, before we go here, I want you to mark your calendar. So for July 16th, which is a Tuesday, in lieu of our regular team meeting that we do on Zoom, I want to make sure we get in front of this. You guys can clear your calendar now. We're doing a mid-year review meeting in the office in headquarters. This is an opportunity for us all to come together as a company, talk about the initiatives that are going to push us forward to the remainder of the year. Also, give us all an opportunity to meet each other. We've brought on close to 40 agents in this year. And so it's important that we come together, we socialize, we connect, we do a little training, we do a little, networking just to bring the entire company together. So more information to come on that, but make sure to mark your calendars now. Grab this, which is on the screen. This is your trends for the week for social media. If you feel like you are looking for some inspiration, maybe there's a void, maybe you have writer's block, get this list, download it, and look to this list to find ways to amplify what you're currently doing on social media, or to give you just some ideas for down the road. Joellen, let's go to you. You had your hand up, so sorry, let me go back.
Yeah, I am wondering if anybody can help me. Whenever I go to do the text verbiage in the reel, it doesn't show up. It just deletes.
So are you using native captions, or are you meaning text on screen? Sorry.
Yeah, text on screen in the reel, like you do a POV, Yeah. And it'll show it in the preview, and then when I hit post, it deletes. It doesn't show up.
You might want to down or erase your app and then re-download it to your phone. I've had that happen to me before as well. I don't know why. It's just a glitch in the system. Unless anybody else has some advice. Kenny, do you know anything about that? Kenny doesn't do too much text on screen.
No, it doesn't load well if it's on bad internet, but I don't think that's going to be your problem. I don't know. Happy to help you later. Give me a call rather this.
Yep. So you guys, it's going to be a very, very busy summer. We have obviously our mid-year review. We have our cookout. We have tons of things that are going to be put on the calendar. So we want to make sure to keep you guys obviously engaged, involved, and want to put some fun stuff on the calendar, do some fun stuff to bring the team, bring the company together. But yeah, be on the lookout, because the next couple of months, it's going to be a very, very busy summer. And we got some new updates and things that we're going to be doing in some of the offices. So be on the lookout for that. But before we close out, it's actually going to be a shorter meeting, because a lot of people that got contracts are not here. Does anybody have anything that they want to share, contribute for today's meeting? Speak now or forever hold your peace. And shout out to you, to the online leads team. You guys absolutely crushed it this week. So shout out to you, and the conversion that the team is showcasing. All right, nothing else? You guys are being easy on me. So listen, guys, we'll put on the calendar next week in Oakland. We will do a broker buyer agreement role play session. We'll just come together right after the team meeting, and we'll just start practicing through that. And, we'll put more of those on the calendar. Oh, lastly, if you haven't seen it, which I'm probably sure you have, this week in Hayward, we're doing another session, another mastermind, not necessarily about the settlement, because I'm going to be real with you guys. I think the settlement is kind of old news at this point. It is what it is. What we're doing more so is like having a conversation of how we're getting prepared. What are we doing? What does the marketing look like? How are we articulating everything that we actually do? So not so much about the inner workings of the settlement. Obviously, we'll share with you what we know, but we want to bring the community together once again to be in front of this and figure out what are we going to do to get better in light of the recent settlement. JJ, let's go to you. And that's this Friday, you guys, in Hayward at 11 to 2 o'clock. The link is in my bio on Instagram. Also, you guys can see it on the calendar. So let's go to JJ.
Hey, one of the things that I've been thinking about a lot regarding the settlement stuff and the new way of doing business is how the loans are being handled, and how they're looking at essentially creating the credits instead of the commissions, or whatever they want to call it. Do we have policies that are coming in? Because I'm sure everybody's everybody who's doing loans has got to be grappling with this the same way we are. So I'm wondering if you guys have specifically heard of anything. The people that I deal with is mostly commercial or income property, so it's not that big of an impact, and I haven't heard too much. I'm wondering if maybe you guys can bring somebody on that could kind of help us see what that's also going to look like, because I think that's going to have a big impact as well. I'm pretty sure it's going to move, but I don't know when or when.
What's the question?
What's the exact question?
Yeah.
Basically seeing what the dynamics of the loans are going to be impacted because of the commission being renamed and then the credits and so on. You know what I mean? How the lending side of the industry is going to start moving now that things have changed.
So it's a good question, and Karina can answer this as well. Some of that stuff is still up in the air, like in regards to VA and what VA is going to do. But what we do know is that if, say, the max amount of seller concessions that can be offered towards closing costs is 6%, they can offer that 6%. But if they wanted to offer additional funds, IPC, and we don't have to get too far into that, the consumer can offer additional funds that are in addition to that 6%. So that's a positive thing for us, but I don't know exactly what's going to happen with the lending side. We're still in like this middle weird area. What are your thoughts, Karina?
The lenders they're not there yet. So when it comes to that time, we'll provide it, but we're not there yet.
No, but it's coming soon, JJ. So as soon as we know stuff, we're obviously going to feed that back to the team. Anything else? Any other thoughts, contributions, or insights? All right, guys, one more time, I want to say welcome to all of our team members. I see Angelica, Cynthia, Samiri, Janice. I see Cynthia Jackson. And if I'm missing anybody, I see Dominic. So the team's continuing to grow because, obviously people are hungry for community and they're hungry for knowledge and education. And I think nobody does it better than us in the game. And so stoked to have you guys here. If you need anything, you know where to find us. Mark your calendar for July 16th. And this summer is going to be a very, very busy summer for our company. So be on the lookout for all the great things that we're putting on the calendar. Kenny, Karina, Molly, anything before we cut?
Good on my end.
Cool. Kenny, any parting words?
Keep selling. I'm trying to look for Oscar Wade did a really great presentation for like an hour and a half last week. I'm trying to look for it to post to the to our Slack channel. But
Wait,
yeah,
who did the presentation?
Oscar Wade. He came to the office last week. I wish it was recorded, but it wasn't. But he did drop the stats. I'm trying to look for it to share.
Yeah, I'm glad you're saying this, you guys. Go into the training and events. There's tons of stuff that Kenny drops in that channel every single day. And maybe it's not just local things, but if you have an opportunity, you have the budget to go to events, go to masterminds, go to these, cool industry events. I highly encourage you guys to get out there. We're going to do everything we can to bring things to you, but there's tons of things in the industry to get involved with. So take a look at that channel. Let's go to Joe Ellen and then we'll start to wrap up our meeting.
Do we have a Play Bigger event coming in Scottsdale this year?
Fingers crossed that we'll have a Play Bigger event in Scottsdale this year.
Yeah, that and Forward are the best events that I've been to. So I highly recommend those two events.
Yes, I love it. There's still headshots slots available for today. So if you are in the area and you have not taken your headshots, highly recommend that you do this. And listen, we do the headshots multiple times throughout the year. So don't worry about your current hairstyle. If it changes down the road, it's all good, you guys. Just get your headshots out of the way because you can use it across multiple different verticals. Anything else before we head out? All right, guys, well, welcome. Oh, Blessing. Hi, hon. How you doing? Let's go ahead and hear from you.
Hey, guys. I just wanted to, not business related, I just wanted to send a shout out to this entire team and everyone who reached out to me. I am so grateful for this team. And I was in the Sacramento office just by pure accident and got to hang out with Chris and Sophia. And this team really is amazing. Like, we've got all of these resources. Don't sleep on the resources that are available. And the authenticity and just absolute hustle of the team definitely needs to be recognized. So I just wanted to say thank you and shout out to us for being who we are.
Yeah, you know what? And I know it's been a hard couple of weeks for you, and our condolences and our heart goes out to you and to your family. And if you ever need anything, let us know, because at the end of the day, you guys, we're all here to obviously, work on our business, but we're all human and we're all going through something in our life. When we look in our immediate circle right now, there's tons of things that are happening. So, call somebody today, let them know that you love them, let them know you care about them. And if you ever need anything, we're always going to be here for you guys. So go out there and make it a day that matters and make it a day that counts. And if you need anything, you know where to find us, and we'll see you guys soon. Have a wonderful day.